come to Goodwill, this is where the heat is, and then you find stuff like this. Alright, so I'm currently tidying up my desk because I need a clean space to work. You know how stuff collects over the week. Yeah. But I thought it'd be cool to kind of show you a little what I read, because I actually have been reading a lot of comics lately, a lot of manga, which I think is always important because you want to, you know, consume as much as you create and all that fun stuff. So I have on my desk some books here. So there's this book right here. It is Kurai. I want to say that's how it's pronounced. I don't quite know. It is a very, it's different than like other manga titles maybe, where it's just boom, this is like the Americanized version of it. But the first thing that I noticed, I actually saw the artwork online first, and I was like, I really like how these characters are designed. So there's these two characters right here, and so I was like, I really like how they look. She looks so cool. Like, she looks like a baddie. So yeah, that's how I found it, and it's like, it's a mix of like JJK meets Chainsaw Man. If you know, you know. But it's so far really good. I got this, and then I went to Barnes & Noble, and I don't know what it is, but Barnes & Noble refuses to have the first volume of anything. I don't know what it is, because when I got there, I was able to find volume 2, and most of the time, that's the only thing that I can find. I'm like, geez, like, I don't know. So I bought this in person, and then I ordered this on Amazon. Yes, it is a commitment, but so far I am really enjoying it. And these are short-ish. I'm halfway through, and these are shonen jumps, so they're very much just kind of like action-packed, quick things. And then I've got the second one. My boyfriend let me borrow the first edition, or first volume of Dandanon, and I really like that show. It is wacky and goofy. I will say, episode 1, they just throw you right in. Yeah, it was interesting, but I felt like the heroes prevailed, and I'm really happy that we did not linger too much on that part of the episode. Once again, if you know, you know. I don't want to spoil anything, but I really enjoy it. I'm probably not going to keep reading simply because the show's out now, and when we were watching, it took like, how many episodes? 3.5 episodes to get through this. So I have a feeling they are taking their time with probably the first, I want to say maybe the first season of Dandadan is like maybe 3 books, perhaps? I don't know, but another book I picked up is How I Met My Soulmate. This is so cute. I'm not that far into it. I have been hearing about it for a really long time, and finally I was like, you know what? It's super cute. I feel like I always picked it up when I went into Barnes & Noble, and I was like, this is cute, but maybe not, and no, I just need to. I'm definitely in like my romance era. I don't know if you were one of those teens that was just like, romance is like so basic, or that's when I was growing up. People say basic or whatever, and I don't know. It's just like, I hate that I deprived myself from it for so long, because I always liked, you know, I liked romance, but I maybe didn't want it to be so apparent that I was like into romance. I don't know. Like I said, I had to repair my relationship with myself to understand that there's nothing wrong with it. That's just me talking to my younger self. Another series in more traditional comic form I picked up is I Heart Skull Crusher. Guys, this is so good. It is so funny, and the character, you would have asked me that, you know, if this character was based on me, I would have told you yes, because she is so cute. So it fits a lot of like my buckets, my like interest buckets. So one, it's very like anime style, kind of like that East meets West type stuff. Style and the action and like the movement, it's almost like you're watching an anime. Like for real, like it kind of reminds me of like that over exaggerated style that like Fully Cooley has, like some of those types of anime. So there's that coupled with, you know, the story. They live in like this I guess you could say post-apocalyptic, but more so like just dystopian era. There's this sport that you can compete in, but the sport is like death ball, so you basically can die by playing this sport, but those are the people who are like the celebrities and who people like, nobody has anything else to do, so they watch this sport, and your main character, she wants to be a part of that sport. The currency there is water, so it definitely has kind of like a Fallout, you know, the world is in shambles type of vibe, but it is just so funny and it has so much heart. I've definitely been taking inspiration from this. I started my webcomic Space Ultima in like 2023, and this only just recently came out, and I feel like I'm learning a lot about what I could do from my comic from this. Like there's kind of like a found family element. It's just a lot of fun. And right now I believe, so this is episode or issue 6, and so I pretty much read up until there. If you want like the graphic novel book, I want to say that probably goes on pre-order already, and I think you probably can go ahead and pre-order it for getting here in December. But I know I have all the issues already, but I kind of really want to get the full book, because that might also come with some a little bit of extra behind the scenes sketches and stuff, which I always love. But yeah, those are like the main things that I have been taking a look at over the past month. I'm probably going to keep up with Skull Crusher, and yeah, I just really need to find the time to read. I could do that before bed too, so. But yeah, let me clean this up so I can work at my desk. Ooh. Nitro. Ooh. Oh yeah. Alright, so it is now Sunday. Yesterday went pretty well. After I came home, I was feeling a little bit of a headache, and I took some ibuprofen, then I took a nap, and by the time I got up, it was like about 6-ish, and that's when I got dressed in my little witchy outfit and went over to meet up with my boyfriend. The whole like downtown area was just like Halloween central. They had a trick-or-treat event, I want to say right before we got downtown, so it was like pretty busy. Everybody was still like, people were in their costumes. Saturday night, of course, in downtown area, you know, you've got your clubs and your bars, so people were pretty much ready to celebrate Halloween. I find it interesting though, because I was talking to my boyfriend and my friend about how weird October feels. And the reason being is that Anime Weekend Atlanta, as you know if you're a longtime follower of my channel, is the thing that we always did this time of year. Like, AWA was always like towards the end of October. In some cases, it actually fell on Halloween. And obviously I have such a big joy when it comes to like conventions and things. So it was very interesting because they moved their convention to December. It's been so weird this month having to like come up with stuff to do. I feel like this year has been different, you know. There's like a hole in my heart that I'm trying to fill with cosplay and conventions, but I just can't do that this year. On the one hand, it's bummer, it's bittersweet, but then on the other one, it is good because that means I'm not spending money. I did not get time during the day to work on any drawing, which is actually kind of abnormal. It's very interesting that this weekend I did not spend like my Saturday and Sunday on working on stuff. After we left downtown, we went to my boyfriend's place, we watched Ghost Files, and then I came back home. Well, I don't know what it was. Maybe it was just all the festivities that occurred during my time downtown. I got home and I was like, okay, I guess I have some time to like doodle and draw and sketch. I remembered that I really wanted to work on my Halloween illustration for Space Ultima for this coming week. So I was like, okay, well, I want to brainstorm something. So I was just kind of like playing around with like backgrounds and figures and stuff. And you know that meme that's like when you get an idea when creativity hits at 3 a.m.? Yeah, that was me, unfortunately. I started drawing and it turned into midnight. And then it turned into 1 a.m. and then 2 a.m. came, and then finally it's 3 a.m. and I'm like, I feel like I should probably get some sleep. I kid you not, I did not have any eepy. I was not tired. I was just like, I think the creativity hit, and it almost is like adrenaline in a way. And I was just like in full focus mode. And I still at like 3 a.m. was not tired. I didn't really register. You know how you feel like where you're just kind of like starting to like close your eyes and nod off? Like I wasn't even doing that. Yeah, that's just one of the many things that I think I do need to get a little bit better at when it comes to my time management. I will often use my like after work time or after everybody like kind of winds down, like after dinner is eaten and you know shows are watched, and that's gonna be like my me time. Around midnight I tell myself like, okay, I need to get to bed so I can, you know, be rested and ready for the next day. I feel like I have a bit of time blindness, and it's something that is common amongst, you know, a variety of people. But I notice like I will feel like I don't have enough time in the day, not because I don't like schedule my time, but just because it feels like the time like goes by a lot like quicker or slower than, you know, in reality. So what I started doing is timing certain things. So if I want to like clean my room and I don't want cleaning my room to take a whole 2 hours, then I'll set like a 1 hour timer, and I have that timer like in view, so that way I can kind of realize, okay, like now I'm doing things quicker by seeing that there is a time limit to them. That as well as with, you know, other things in life. So for me, it's actually helped me get a better gauge of like, okay, I am like actually working from 11 to 12 on this task. At first I was like, oh my gosh, like I have no tracking on how long it takes for me to draw my webcomic. I really don't. And so what I've started doing with timing me is that I will recognize how much I get done in an hour's time. So that was the other thing too. Like I'll like set an hour-long timer, and then I'll be like, you know, doing like super brief, like 5-minute or less sketches of each panel. And after like an hour, I've already finished, gosh, who knows, like maybe like 5 or 7. Like that's the other thing. It's like, oh, okay, like I am quick in this area or not quick in that area. So those are the things that have helped me with timing. So I'm gonna do that today. Like I said, I did start sketching out my Halloween illustration. I think between my Halloween illustration and some sketching of panels today, those are pretty much going to take up most of my time. So I will be off and on chit-chatting, and we'll just kind of hang out and work on this stuff together. Hello. So it's currently Halloween, and I put together a literal 11th hour last minute costume. And I'm gonna put some photos up on the screen just to show how it turned out in full. I'm very pleased with it. I actually did not think the wig was going to come off this well, and it's like really fun. Like it's on top of my head. That's how cool and Bride of Frankenstein like it is. But yeah, I think this came out pretty cool, and it's kind of like, I don't know, kind of like feels like a 80s retro version of the costume. So I need to paint my nails though. That I'm gonna do like on my way to work. But yeah, I did not get my costume in time, so I put this together. Looks really good in my opinion, and yeah, it's just a fun with it type of thing. But I'm very excited about how everybody's gonna respond. It's gonna be very interesting. Hello everybody, I am coming to you live from Sunday. This is actually gonna be probably the end of the video, but I just wanted to update you on some things down the line, some things that you can look forward to. I'm actually about to start editing this video. I will say I either will cut it out or keep it in, but I had made mention that I was going to get ready to go to a costume party, and my plan was to dress up in green body paint, face paint, to be Elphaba from Wicked. And I had my witch's hat and my, you know, just a cute black dress that I had. I was just gonna go and do something very simple, and that was an absolute disaster. I kid you not. It was like some dollar, you know, face paint, which arguably I get it. It's not like high quality face paint, but at the same time, I was at least expecting it to do the thing that it was advertising, which was, you know, be face paint, and it was not, and it was just such a terrible, that was probably the worst I've ever looked. I put like a first coat on, and it was like kind of see-through. It wasn't very matte, so I thought, okay, maybe I'll put one layer on, let it dry, and put another layer on. The paint was not sticking to my nose, my upper lip, or my cheeks. Everywhere else, it was fine. And initially, I put the paint on, and then I tried to like do my eyeshadow. That way the paint can dry, and then I return back to, you know, putting another coat of the paint on. It was not working, and I tried so many things. I made like 3 attempts, and none of them successful. I promise you that was like, I was almost at my breaking point. I never thought that something so simple as that was just gonna really be like, are you absolutely kidding me right now? So that was how that turned out. I put together just from my closet something super basic, and I wore that to the costume party. So that was fun, and you know, had a good time. It's Sunday, and of course it is now, I think, daylight savings time. It's actually an hour back, and I did not realize that until I went to go get gas and I saw that it was not in fact 11 o'clock, it was actually 10 o'clock. I was like, oh, okay, so I guess I'm kind of ahead of schedule. I think the moral of this vlog is that I really need to get better sleep. So I'm making it my goal this week to get an ample amount of sleep and really make sure that I am doing that, because you never know. Your sleep is probably the most important thing that you can do for yourself health-wise. So, but yes, I'm going to edit together this video. I'm going to be posting it, and yeah, I'm really excited about some of the things to come next week. And I'm going to be going out of town. I'm going to be getting some rest and relaxation, so look forward to seeing me document that. I sound really exhausted and really tired, so I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. But if you enjoyed your time with me hanging out, watching what I'm up to, then definitely like this video. And if you want to stay up to date on those things in the future, then definitely subscribe to the channel. It is completely free and something that I really appreciate. As of right now, we're over the 900 mark of subscribers. So we've got 2 more months left in the year. If you know somebody who would be interested in subscribing and, you know, just following along with this type of content, then definitely share that with them. Of course, Space Ultima is my webtoon that I create, and on my channel I do a lot of creation of my webcomic on here, so tune in for that. Link will be in the description down below. You guys have a wonderful week, and I will talk to you next time.